I bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you may be watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins. Guys, I know I've asked you guys to share videos before. I know I've asked you guys to maybe get this word out or maybe get this message out that I'm trying to put out there. Guys, you really need to share this. I'm not asking you. I'm actually begging you. I'm begging you to share this video on any form of social media platform. This is actually a big deal. Remember all the stimulus checks and all this bail-ins people are getting and help from government entities or wherever you are in the Commonwealth, if you're in the United States, if you're in Australia, New Zealand, Canada. Well, you know how they've been targeting our food for years and the price of food just keeps going up and stuff like that? Well, there's something else they're targeting and it's going to hurt. And it's going to hurt because I got a few articles here that are not even a week old. And I'm compiling them together and connecting the dots. And you're not going to believe what I found here. Now, let me go to article scan here. So you guys won't believe it. Okay. Ontario should target its electricity subsidies and let bills go up for consumers who can afford it. What does that even mean? What does that mean? Do you know what that means? Oh, you make a little bit more money? Well, you're going to be paying more for electricity. Why? Electricity should be dirt cheap. Electricity is one of the cheapest forms of energy to produce and to distribute. Like the average house burns in realistically, a couple of cents an hour in electricity. People should be getting $8, $9, $10 electricity bills every month, not $400, $500 electricity bills. Now, they're saying, now this is in the Financial Post. Now listen, this is coming to a Commonwealth near you. Ontario should target its electricity subsidies and let bills go up for consumers who could afford it. So they're going to find out how much you make on your tax returns, and then they're just going to start cranking up your bill. So by phasing out untargeted, broad-based electricity subsidies, Ontario could free up almost $5 billion of budget room. So again, they're blaming it on the sickness. Has devastated many families and businesses during this unprecedented emergency. Ontario needs to take a hard look at its spending priorities and marshal its resources to help families and businesses hurt by... This is not helping by charging other people more. Do you understand what's going to happen? People are going to pick up and leave the country. I'm not paying for somebody else's electricity bill. Electricity bill should be $8 to $15 a month. This week, Ontario Energy Association released a report titled Help Those Who Need Help that puts Ontario's much-discussed electricity system into context. So what happens is they federalize the electrical system, okay? Once it's federalized, they charge what they feel like. A distribution fee, a this fee, a this. You should see what I pay for gas here. People are saying, Mike, natural gas should be dirt cheap. You should be running your home on natural gas. Are you crazy? Read my gas bill. I've made videos about my gas bills online. I've read my gas bills to you guys, the physical bill, and showed you guys what I pay for gas. Few Ontarians likely realize that their provincial government is now spending about $6 billion annually to subsidize electricity rates at a time when the province is being called to support the people and businesses with major new spending to address the fallout of the sickness. It is striking to consider about $800 million of $6 billion goes to people who have low incomes or rural or remote regions. This escalation in subsidy spending began in 2017 when the government or Premier Kathleen responded to the voter agitation over rising electricity bills by introducing huge subsidies. Ontario is subsidizing electricity even though the sickness rates were among the lowest in the world, about 12.8 cents per kilowatt an hour. By comparison, rates are as high as 35 cents per kilowatt per hour in Germany, 24 cents in the United Kingdom, and 15 cents in the United States. And all those... No, it's not. Because when I lived in Florida, okay, I had a pretty spacious, big place, the lights on 24/7 and the AC cranked, and I was paying $11 to $16 a month for electricity. Okay? Not Canadian as the Ontario figures. As a percent of household income, Ontario rates are historic lows and close to the lowest in the world. On average, Ontario electricity bill represents 1.2% of household income. Okay. Then why am I paying $400 or $500 bills every month here? I'm in BC. Well, watch out. Ontario should target its electricity subsidies and let bills go up for consumers who could afford it. That is a massive shock to the system. So people already can't afford electricity. Why? Because their house broke. Why? Because everything they pay goes to shelter. Now watch this. This is from the New York Times. Okay, article scan, adjust. Article scan, adjust, replace. Article scan, adjust up. Here we go. So here it is. Your energy bill is probably climbing. Here's why. Welcome to the Climate Forward newsletter. Join us on Friday, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. So here it is. You're doing your share to beat the virus, staying home, and non-essential worker, venturing out only to shop or get a little exercise. As a result, the lights are on all day. Maybe you and your spouse are working on the computer. Perhaps the kids are attending classes that way too. You're cooking at a lot more and streaming more movies on TV. Now, here's the deal. This is how they get us. Oh, but look how much you're using. Look, you're using more than them. Electricity bills go up. And guess what? They don't come back down when everything gets corrected. So here it is. All of this adds up to more energy use. Quite a bit more, as wrote today, citing researchers of the Columbia University who measured electricity consumption in hundreds of New York City apartments. They found that on weekdays, energy was up by 7% overall and nearly 25% from 9 to 5 p.m. Again, the infrastructure for electrical grids are up. The infrastructure is crumbling. I don't agree with it, but they're going to find a way to raise your power. They already got us with food. And how they got us with food was so brilliant. I made a video 5 years ago about this, and then I followed it up 2 years ago, and I followed it up last year. It's phenomenal how they got us with food. Let me tell you the food story. So the price of food's going up, and everyone's like, wow, the price of meat, the price of milk, eggs, everything's just going up. What the heck is going on? Well, I'll tell you what the heck is going on. The price of oil was going up. I don't know if you guys remember 5.5 years ago when oil hit $120 a barrel, and they were blaming on the price of oil. Why? Because the price of transporting your food, the price of producing your food, the logistics behind everything. Oil's going up. Well, the price of food should go up, right? Remember when a year after, 4 years ago, when the price of 4.5 years ago, when the price of oil crashed to $20 a barrel? Do you remember that? Did the price of food go down? No, it stayed high. So tying electricity and tying food to all this stuff and creating a reason to increase your electricity bill, back to article scan, this is disgusting. Ontario should target its electricity subsidies and let bills go up for consumers who could afford it. Do you know what that means in a nutshell? They talk about how cheap it is here. Why? Because we have state-run media. But they have to kind of bring this out. Do you know why? Because later on down the road, they're going to say, we told you guys. It's in an article on the back page. That's why I'm telling you need to share this. So here it is. This is from the Manila Times, from a poor country, from the Philippines. City folk protest power bill hike. So here he goes. Orlando, Pal City. Power consumers and citizens, I guess that says, in the city on Monday filed a complaint before the Energy Regulator Commission, ERC, against the power distributor, electricity distribution, after this electricity bill jumps 3 times the normal billing from March to May this year. There you go. They're going to have to find ways to subsidize. They're going to obviously federalize the electrical grids, and then once they are no longer privatized, they could do whatever. Here he goes. JPS customers will see an increase in lights and bills this month, and that's coming out of a poor country. Lump sum on electrical bills as soon as July. Oh my God. Oh my God. Most people who pay electricity bills will get a one-time credit as early as July. The provincial government on Thursday outlined. So they're actually creating these lump sums. Deferred payments allowed. This is dangerous. So if you own your home, they'll allow you to do deferred payments on your electricity if you can't afford it. So we've gotten to a point where we could no longer afford our housing because we got completely bought out by foreign investors and $200 billion. So Canada, I mean, you got to thank the investors in a way where Canada will be in a recession. Let me actually spell this right for you guys. Wow, did they take it down? Wow, did they take down the article? I covered it. Yeah, here it is. So Canada would be in a recession without money laundering. So we sold ourselves out to, I don't know how many hundreds of billions of dollars of money laundered through our real estate. And I had a discussion with someone the other day saying, Mike, a lot of people immigrate to Canada and bring money here and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's different. That's people starting a family. That's people buying land and a home and creating a business and making their way of life. We're talking about people that own 300 properties in Canada and have never stepped foot in Canada in their lifetimes. And they leave all their properties empty. When you have $200 billion in laundered, that's from 2011 to 2015. But the federal government had to shut down the money laundering investigation because it seems to be a little bit racist. So they got to stop that. Don't worry about you Canadians. Don't worry about you Australians and New Zealanders that got completely bought out of your own countries. You don't worry about that. Your government will protect you. So this is what's happening, guys. They're coming for your power now. People are house broke and now they have to subsidize power. Is it because of COVID, or is it people have been housebroke for a long time? They're coming for your power, people. You heard it here first. I need you to share this video. Guys, don't forget to get on the YouTube channel, and don't forget, please, if you can, to go ahead and set your reminders for Mike in the Night. We're going to have call-ins. Trends in the housing market tomorrow. Set your reminder here on the channel for the new financial future. Then Mike in the Night, consumer spending rebound. I don't think so. That ain't going to happen. But the markets are acting like nothing ever happened. So what's happening? And then trends in the housing market here. Just set your reminders for all these different shows coming up. Be part of the channel. Call into the show live. And spread the word. Tell us what you think. Guys, share this video. They're coming for your power. Thanks for watching. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below.